Good afternoon. I'm Patricia Dubroof with Assisting Hands Home Care, and I'm here to welcome you to another great adventure in Creativity Boosters. So these are little snippets, 15 minutes of opportunities for you to learn how to add creativity into your day, maybe once a day, maybe several times a day, to take that break, recharge, feel good about yourself, and improve your well-being. Today, we're going to be looking at options to use for chair yoga. So I put a chair in my screen, and we're going to have the opportunity to do some movements that are breath related, because that's what yoga is all about. And then we're going to move into some twists and some poses, and you'll be amazed at how many things you can do while sitting in a chair. Now, you can sit on the edge of a bed. You can sit on a bench in the park. I happen to choose this lovely wooden chair because it's nice and stable. And then there's also a lot of things you can do standing next to the chair. But today we're going to focus on seated chair positions in yoga. And we're going to do it in a mindful way to help you feel more relaxed and at ease. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope you enjoy chair yoga. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to find our feet flat on the ground. Now I have some sandals on, but you can also do this without. So I'm going to go ahead and get barefoot. And then what I'd like you to do is just rest your hands on your knees and feel your body sitting into the chair. Just knowing that that support is there for you and that you can at any time slump or get your back up nice and tall. So what we want to do is imagine that there's a marionette string on the top of our head, keeping us erect. And then you just want to gently tip your head to one side and let it stretch a little. You can close your eyes if you want and bring your head back up and then shift to the other side. And the goal here is to eventually loosen up your neck so that you're aiming your ear for your shoulder. You're not bringing your shoulder up to your ear. You're relaxing your shoulder and you're just letting your head tip over and bringing it back up. Now we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to keep our face even, our chin even with our shoulders, and we're just going to turn to one side. And when you get to that side, if you can just take a couple of breaths. Start slowing down your systems. It's really the key for finding that relaxation time is not rushing through things and just finding that moment to just be. And then we come back to the center. Now you can do these 5 times in a row. You could do that same stretch where we tip our head to the right, tip our head to the left, turn it one way, turn it the other way. And you could do it to a count of 10 breaths. So even just that little exercise is significant in helping you de-stress. Now let's just take our shoulders and roll them back. A lot of things we do, we have our shoulders folded in towards our body. So just taking a few shoulder rolls back. Again, I'm not a counter, but if you want to count to 10, that's great. You want to do 3, that's fine. Just so that you get those shoulders opened up a little bit, because we are going to use our arms at this point. So the next thing we want to do is we want to let our arms come up and reach overhead. So you can look up, you can breathe in and out. And then we can gently lower our arms. So let's try that again. And again, this is a kind of exercise you could do 5 of these or you could do 25 of these. They're so good for you. So we're going to do one more. Up, look up, see those fingertips, and try to keep your arms so that they're not pulling your shoulders up and that they're not way back behind you, that they're right sort of alongside your head and your ears. And again, just come on back down. Great. So let's try doing some turns. We've been sitting very straight up and down. Let's see how it is if we lean over to one side. So I'm going to put one hand on the side of my chair. I'm going to lift up the other hand, and I'm just going to tip over. Remember the teapot song? I'm a little teapot. It's kind of like that. And if you feel like your arm is way out in front of you, try to bring it back, look up at the crink of your elbow. And if you need to, bend your arm some more. The important part here is stretching this side of your body. And by keeping your body upright, it helps get that stretch even deeper. And again, we want to just breathe through all these stretches. So when you come back to center, notice how one side feels and the other side feels. And then let's swing up the other arm. Firmly planted our other hand on the chair, and we're looking up at our elbow, and we're going to take a couple breaths. And then stretch that arm up and back over. So I don't know about you, but I already feel more de-stressed. I already can feel like my systems are having a chance to reconnect and get out of that frantic mode. So let's try a few more that will help. We're going to take one of your hands and put it on the opposite knee, and then we're going to do a gentle twist. And you can place your hand that's not on your knee behind your back and just aim your head for over your shoulder. It doesn't have to go to over your shoulder. It might only go halfway. That's all fine. And if you can, just keep your feet nice and strong on the floor. Pushing down with your feet helps you get your back up straighter. And breathe. And breathe. And then just take that hand from behind you and cross it in front. And we're going to do a couple of what's called cat-cows. Now they call them that because when you arch your back, it's like a cow. And when you tip your back this way, it's like a cat. Meow, meow. So just do a couple of these stretches where you go open and then you tuck everything in. Again, keep your feet nice and secure on the floor. That's your balance place. If you feel a little awkward or unbalanced, separate your feet a little bit, go a little wider. Okay, and then we're going to take that hand that was behind, that was on our knee, and put it behind us so that now the opposite way to stretch can happen. So we're going to twist to the opposite side. And at your own pace, take a few breaths right here. And you can notice if you turn your hand palm out, is it different stretch? Do you get to different places? Or if your hand is palm in, hand on knee. Okay, now we're going to come back to the center and just take a breath. So you've just been doing yoga for almost 10 minutes. Bravo, everybody. We're going to give ourselves a couple more minutes, and then we're going to round up, sum up what we've done. And let's see. Let's do a couple things with our legs. So if you take your leg and you put it over your other knee, this creates kind of a figure 4 or a box. And just being here might be enough for you. But you can also bend towards that knee. Any little increments are great. And you can feel that stretch in your glutes behind you. You can sit up and you can go back down to that spot, and it might go a little further. Again, breathing helps a lot in these places. And you can sit up, and you can even do a foot massage where you pull your toes and you just use your thumbs and create some movement on your heel and in the middle of your foot. You can use your knuckles and rub against like one of those Rolfing machine bars, rollers. And you can always give it a little pat. You know, we're on our feet so much during the day, and it's so good for circulation. You can turn your ankle one way, and then you can turn it the other way. And you can even do just a little compression massage all the way up your calf and your shin bone, and then onto your knee. Be gentle on those knees, and then down your thigh. All right, and put that foot down. Does that foot feel a little more alive? It might. Then we're going to do the other side. And, you know, our bodies are not completely symmetrical. So you may feel this side feels differently than the other side. Again, you can sit up nice and tall and just be right here. You can bend over that knee. Breathe. And you can sit it back up. You can bend back over, see if that gets you a little further. And you can sit back up. And then we can do our foot massage on the other side. Pull your toes. Use your thumbs to massage the bottom of your foot. Again, we're doing this all very briefly, but you could spend 5 minutes on each foot if you wanted to. And then with your knuckles, give it a little pound. And then a little pat with the open hand. And then let's put our foot down and just gently march your feet in place. Again, just getting a little more blood moving in the hip joints by doing this. Okay, so we are almost at the end of 15 minutes. And I just thought we'd end by doing a quick mountain pose. So a mountain pose means that we're going to stand, we're going to stay in this chair, we're going to put our hands on our knees, and we're going to relax our shoulders back. And I want you to just close your eyes for a moment. Nobody's looking. And imagine that you are the biggest mountain you can imagine. And at the top of the mountain, there are glaciers and snow. And that's the top of your head. And as you come down your body, you can increase the vegetation, the trees. Maybe at the bottom of the mountain, there are roots to the trees and grasslands. And anytime you need to feel strong, just close your eyes and imagine you're a mountain. Works every time. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me for this creativity booster. I'm Patricia Dubroof with Assisting Hands Home Care, and we are here to help you feel better so that you can help your loved ones feel better, and call us when you need help. Bye-bye.